Paragraph 50 is where the damages theory becomes medically specific, and that's exactly where the evidentiary burden becomes much heavier. Let's analyze this clinically and legally. Number 1, treating physicians confirmed. That requires proof that statement is not casual. It implies a documented medical opinion in medical records linking coronary disease to specific stressors. To support that in litigation, plaintiff would need medical records, possibly deposition testimony, or an expert report explicitly stating prolonged psychological distress from defendant's conduct was a contributing cause of the bypass surgery. If there is no written documentation tying the surgery to defendant's actions, the allegation becomes conclusory and vulnerable. Courts do not accept doctor said stress caused this without evidence. Coronary artery disease is multifactorial medically. Coronary artery disease commonly involves long-term smoking, diet, sedentary lifestyle, hypertension, genetics, age. Short-term litigation stress rarely becomes the primary cause of bypass surgery absent extraordinary evidence. If physicians referenced smoking history as a contributing factor, general stress as a risk factor, that is not the same as stating defendant's conduct caused the bypass surgery. The legal standard requires proximate cause, not generalized risk factors. Number 3, smoking history is a major independent factor. You mentioned smoking. Smoking is one of the most significant contributors to coronary artery disease. If physicians documented smoking as a contributing factor, that materially weakens any attempt to shift causation primarily to alleged police conduct or litigation stress. Defendants are not liable for self-inflicted long-term risk factors. Number 4, transient lifestyle and instability. If the transient lifestyle predates Colorado, housing instability was voluntary, litigation activity was self-initiated, then those stressors are not attributable to defendants unless caused by unlawful conduct. Causation requires, but for causation, proximate cause, foreseeability. If lifestyle instability existed independently, it breaks the causal chain. Hasher 5. Timing matters. Coronary artery disease develops over years. If bypass surgery occurred in 2024, a court would examine when symptoms began, pre-existing diagnoses, long-standing risk factors. If disease progression predates the alleged retaliatory citation in October 2025, causation becomes even more tenuous. Number 6, expert testimony requirement. To survive summary judgment on this claim, plaintiff would almost certainly need a qualified cardiology expert, an opinion that defendant's unconstitutional conduct was a substantial contributing factor, that the stress materially accelerated or worsened the condition beyond baseline risk factors. Absent expert testimony, this type of medical causation claim typically fails. Direct assessment. Paragraph 50 is highly vulnerable unless there is documented medical evidence explicitly linking defendant's unlawful conduct to the cardiac event, and that link overcomes long-standing risk factors like smoking. If smoking history is documented, lifestyle instability predated the events, no expert ties the bypass surgery to defendants, then the claim is likely speculative. In practical litigation terms, this is the type of allegation that collapses at summary judgment without expert support. If you want, we can now step back and assess the entire complaint's exposure level from counts 6 through 7 in aggregate.